Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I take another first look, this time at Thea, The Awakening by Muha Games, or for those of you who are evil and maniacal, or you stutter, it would be Muha Games. I know, guys. Pathetic, horrible joke, but it had to be done. It had to be said. This is right now currently on Steam Early Access. It does release in just a few days to its full, complete version, its final form. I don't know about final form, but it will be fully released on Steam on November 20th, so if you guys like what you see, go make it a huge release day, get it beforehand, up to you guys what you want to do with it. I'm going to be covering this a few episodes at least. I'm going to play through the tutorial and probably a little bit beyond. I find this game to be exceptionally fun, but ridiculously difficult, super complex, yet just it drags you back in every time. So, yeah, what is Thea, The Awakening? It's hard to nail down exactly. The way Steam describes it is, it's a turn-based strategy survival game set in, based off of, I guess, Slavic mythology, and it's based in a procedurally dark fantasy world. So, I mean, that's pretty good, but I would also throw in here that this is very much a 4X game, or at least it seems to be. Now, it's not like your traditional Civilization 4X. I mean, it's similar to that in certain ways, but there's a lot more complexity, a lot more to do. The combat's totally different. You actually have little expeditions you send. It's a really fun game, guys. I know I've already babbled on for a little bit. I'm going to shut up here in just a second. We're going to let the opening cinematic play through, and then we're going to hop in and start a new game. I've already reset my profile and everything else, guys, so we get to start fresh. So I'll be right back.
And so it was said that if the pillars of the world shall fall, darkness will descend upon all that lives. From the Book of the Dark. Man did not heed this warning. The sacred cosmic tree burned to cinder. And so the darkness came, claiming all that was bright and living in Thea. When all hope was lost, after a century without light, the sun rose once more. Thea awakened from her dark slumber, and you along with her. But Thea is not the world that once was. The age of darkness weakens, but it is far from over. Life took its shy roots, yet death will not release its grip easily. While the sun keeps some of the evil in check during the fleeting days, at night, the creatures of darkness roam free and angry, unwilling to give up their dominion over the land. It is up to you to find a way to rebuild Thea, banish the darkness, and strengthen mankind.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is the story so far. Alright, we're going to hop in and do a new game. Now, every time you reset your profile, I think you get a random 2 gods that you get to play as, and this one, and I think all but the last one and this one, these 2 you do not get to unlock, but all the others you can just get by randomly resetting your profile. Alright, so all the other ones you can unlock by reaching level 3. This one you have to complete the game by finishing the Cosmic Tree quest, and then this is unlock all the other gods. So once you get all of these gods and you complete the Cosmic Tree quest, you'll be able to do that. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can't complete the tree quest without already unlocking all the others, so this is kind of the same thing. But hey, who's to say exactly what's going on? Anyhow, as you go through, you gain experience. As you gain experience, you get god progress. So you get 50 experience, you go from level 1 to level 2. And right here, I'm probably going to start as Zoria. I've never actually played as her, so I don't know. But we'll hop in, we'll probably play as her. She is adorable, isn't she? No, not really, but it's okay. Stellar education. Your people are driven to succeed and impress their goddess. They gain experience faster. Bonus! And once we unlock level 2, the Warrior's Path, all your villagers get a +1 bonus to damage and to ranged damage, which is pretty epic too. Alright, dual goddess of the morning and evening stars, the Aurora and the guardian of the world-devouring hound, Simargle. Okay. When the darkness came, you chose to fall down from the skies and use what power you had left to protect your worshippers. Now the sun is back, but only a few of your people remain, hungry, weak, and scared. It is time to rise up, whip your men and women into shape, and have them fight for their future. Alright guys, so there's difficulty levels that you can go through. You have easy, normal, difficult, godlike. I would probably say go normal or even maybe easy if it's your first playthrough. I'm still not very good at this game, guys. There's also ways to customize even more. But again, I'm not going to focus too much on this. It is simply what it is. Alright, we have a warrior village focus. We can also go with gatherers or craftsmen. I'm going to go with warriors. I think it's going to be better for us this way, but we'll see. Alright, we're going to hit play and get started. And this is exactly what we already read. You see down here the percentage being loaded and everything else. I know, simple and easy, guys. Now, the tutorial is actually all voice acted, which I'm a pretty big fan of, so I think it's all voice acted. I'm not sure. There's also little tooltips that pop up to help explain things a little bit more in depth. I'm worried that I'm going to miss things explaining it to you. That's why I'm going to play through the tutorial. And again, I like doing this with certain games because if it's a really long, in-depth tutorial, oftentimes when you get the game, you don't want to have to play through that. So if I play through it for you...
is awakened. Welcome. No time to waste. You are a deity of the High Pantheon, and you must help your worshippers survive the darkness. So what now, you ask? You are divine, yes, but you have little power, and so you will know the world through your people's eyes. This means sometimes you will encounter your own divine messengers, and maybe even face your own avatars. Weird, I know. Your first mission is to survive. Every critter is trying to make sure you stay down, so get food and craft better equipment to protect yourselves. You will guide your people to victory, either by sheer survival and progress, or by solving the cosmic tree's mystery.
Indeed. Alright, so at this point, guys, you get to choose what's this, who's talking to me, and what did you mean, looking through people's eyes. I am a deity, you know. I already know these things. I don't need it. So you can skip the tutorial, or you can get further into it. Also, I had never actually viewed my group before. We can actually see who we have here. So we have ourselves... does it tell me what this does? I never can figure out what that thing does. I apologize. It should tell you, but it... We have a medic. We have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 warriors. And then we have whatever this person is. I'm not sure. That might be a scholar or a researcher or something along those lines. I think it's supposed to tell you somewhere. And it used to be that it would tell you something. Oh well. It doesn't matter. They all do different things. So it is what it is, folks. They all have their own little advantages. He's actually able to hold a two-handed hammer, which is crazy for this type of character. This guy has only got 150, so I'll explain this all this stuff a little bit later on. But for now, just kind of taking a peek at what we have. And we have a one-handed swordsman and a shield. What is this? A bramblewood staff? That doesn't seem all that amazing. Oh, piercing damage is pretty nice. Alright, what else we got? A pitchfork. Boy, that seems super powerful. Not really. And then finally we have a weird sword of darkness. That seems pretty good. Alright, guys, we won't look at our group anymore. But, alright, let's continue down the line.
I am but a messenger. Theodore, you can call me. But let us focus on you. Thea is a broken land. The underworld is shut, and the undead roam the earth. And creatures of darkness that ruled for a century want you dead.
Sounds like my wife. No, it's not. It doesn't sound like my wife. Okay, so I need to improve our village and people. So how do I get started?
First, go and explore your village. Check the inventory to see your stocks and set people to gather food and fuel, like wood. Without food, people will starve. And without fuel, they will not craft or even heal, so these are really important.
Okay, gather food and fuel at the village. Anything else?
Yes. Once you've visited your village, check out the people standing outside, the exploring party. Select your party and send them to me. I will wait for your people outside the village. I have marked your people's map with a big blue question mark, so they will see where I am. Oh, and if you ever forget what your current task is, just check out your logbook.
Alright, so check out my village and people first, then send them your way. Let's begin. Enter the minds and bodies of your worshippers and begin the adventure. Alright, here we are. We just gained 1 experience for doing nothing. Alright, so here is the overview map. It should look very similar to all things Civ-like or Fallen Enchantress, Warlock 2, Warlock 1. I mean, all these games. It's going to look very similar to that. The gameplay itself, quite a bit different, though. So, There is that. Now, I don't understand exactly how this works. Like, I realize we gain experience, we level up, but I guess maybe our people level up. There's still a lot of stuff I don't understand. Alright, so if you want to see what is available for you to forage or gather or whatever around you, you can click on this little button here. It looks like there's going to be some meat and wood around our village here. If you wanted to go directly to your settlement, you can press H, click here to go into it, or you can click on Astoya and click on the manager thing. Alright, so here we are. We are in our town. If we want to take a look real quick at like equipment, these are the folks inside the town. Good old Vuk. Super amazing, to be sure. I'm sorry, I'm really trying to figure out what that thing is. Alright, we have 2 kids too. So they will eventually grow up. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. He's a craftsman, that's what he is. Alright, so that's what that means. And then we know the warrior. These are both gatherers, I believe. Gatherer. Alright, so there we go. Alright, let's go back into Astoya. I'm sorry. I was getting off point. Alright, so first thing we need to do when we get to Astoya, we need to gather up stuff. So we take a look, and we have these 2 that are really, really excellent at gathering. So we will send one here, and we will send one... Well, Anya is really excellent. And Dervin, not quite as excellent, but still decent. And will you help at all? No. Alright, so we're just going to leave you alone for now. You're totally fine. So we'll get 16 food every 2 days and 7 wood every 1. I believe is how that works. Alright, what we can do now is go to crafting up here. And we can see the various things that we're able to craft. Now, I myself would like to craft clothing and various other things. But again, we're going to follow the tutorial right now, guys. And as I was cut off by our little buddy Theodore there, or Theodore, or Theodor, or however you would like to say his name. As Theo cut me off there, I was trying to say that oftentimes I like to play more in-depth or detailed tutorials, so when you guys actually get the game, you'll be like, I already saw what Bumpy did. I don't have to play it. I know. So this is one of the things I try to do to help you guys out. Especially in a game where I can't commit a full LP to, at least not right now. Alright, so we can click on our expedition party by clicking on this little guy here, or we can go down to the little face down here and get our next group, which is going to go to Astoya, or we can hit space, this is the same thing down here, and we'll select this guy. Now what we can do is click on it again, and we can click here and then move, or if you do not want to do that, oops, you can right click. I didn't actually mean to do what I just did. You can right click and it will show you how far you can move. I'm going to move here, which I didn't want to do. I wanted to move here, but I right-clicked can't. I don't know what I did. It's fine. If you click on this, it shows you how many movement points we have. It also shows you over here how many we have, how much fuel we have, and how much food we have. For 8 turns, we have food. For 2 turns, we have fuel. We're not going to set up camp right now, so it's not a big deal. And again, we can go here and see what our expedition party has. And yeah, I mean, pretty much everything is being used right now. I don't know that anyone has a one-handed weapon. So let's go to equipment here. It's got the 2-handed hammer of doom, which is still pretty funny to me. He's only got 5 HP. We need to change that. That's not okay. Like, he needs to get rid of that. That's unacceptable for him. Alright, what else do we have? Anybody? This guy's got a one-handed sword and a shield. And he's got 10 HP. You got the Staff of Doom. Alright, you got 13. So why don't we put this here? We'll give you the hammer. You've got that. I'm okay with this whole scenario as well. I mean, we could give you this, and you can actually hold that too, which is amazing. I mean, maybe we'll just give you a shield for now. It's not ideal. I mean, our starting equipment is always kind of, it's up in the air as to what's good and what's not good. And right now, this is probably the best I can do. I don't know, giving him the 2-handed weapon might be better. But again, he's only got 5 HP. This guy's got 7 at least. He can survive a little bit better. Alright, yeah, and stuff. Alright, so we have done that. We've used all our movement points. And what we're going to do now is click down here to end our turn. and apparently there's an encounter back at our base. An old dwarf passes by your village, stopping only for a drink and a chat if you're willing. What? No, rob him blind! Yeah, share a drink, then kill him and take his stuff. Or we could do the more advanced thing and sure, have a drink with him. There's also one option that's not available. So if you had certain stats or things on your characters, you can actually get more options available. But right now, we have one that's not. Sure, we'll have a drink with them. You share a drink and some stories. As things, the dwarf tells you of an old mine he knows. He marks the location on your map. Great! Alright, he marks the route for a gold mine. Good, worth checking out. And we gained 1 experience for that. So the gold mine is there. I don't know where our city is, though. Do we have a map button? Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I found it. I was under the impression... Oh, no, we moved. No! Don't hit the M button, guys. It's a mistake. It's sad I've never actually looked for a map button on this game before. I'm sure there is one, but I don't know what it is, guys. I'm so sorry. It might tell us. I'll keep my eyes open for what's actually next. Alright, and we're further away from our goal, so this is the second time I've screwed up getting to where we need to go. Let's just try to end our turn and get there without any more problems, shall we? Okay, we made it there. Once we get to this place, you'll be like, oh, well, what happened? Nothing's going on. I don't understand. You click on this, and you go to the little question mark.
Theodore welcomes you. Well, hello there. I see you're finding your feet and making first steps into the world. Well done.
So, what now?
Events, such as meeting me, will occur throughout your adventures. Sometimes they are random, sometimes predestined, and always varied. Events can occur when you're out exploring, but also globally, or within your village. So remember, leaving your settlement unattended may be dangerous.
It's true. It's true. Alright, right, events can occur at any time, both within the village and out in the world. Anything else?
Many events will ask you to bring stuff or do things in order to move to the next stage. I asked you before to gather food and fuel in your village. So you can gather resources in your village, but also by setting up a camp when you're out exploring. To set up camp, stand on an empty hex and choose the tent icon from the mini HUD. To set up camp, stand on an empty hex and choose the tent icon from the mini HUD.
Okay, well, he decided to say that twice, only say HUD this time instead of HUD. Totally fine. I'm sure that'll get patched out, hopefully. Right, we can gather by setting up camps in the world. Get it.
Good. Now events can lead to conversations or just random disasters, but they can also lead to challenges. To show you what I mean, track down a pack of boars nearby, marked by a blue question mark, and bring me back their bones.
Alright, point me in the direction of those boars. Alright, and here we go. The boars are right there. We are going to go and try to do murderous things to them. Unfortunately, we can't do it yet. This is a really bad starting area, it seems to me. I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. Alright, well, we're going to end our turn, and we're going to go for the boars.
You find the boars Theodore told you about. There is only a couple, so it should not be too hard. However, instead of a straight fight, you can try to do a proper hunt. If you have the right skills, that is. Or better yet, you can go all native on these beasties and wrestle them to the ground. Not an easy option, that one.
Alright, so we can hunt. We can wrestle them to the ground, or we can go with, nah, just a plain old fight will do, or perhaps leave it for now and come back later. It's not too late. Just not too late in case they run off. Alright, we're going to go for the hunt.
Great. You have the right skill, in this case gathering, to enter into an alternate challenge. In non-fight challenges, the wounds you get during the challenge do not carry over after it finishes, meaning you have less of a risk of dying.
Now this is something they've been working on since I originally got my hands on the game, and it's pretty impressive. Like, the first time I did a tactical battle was not too long ago, and I was like, what is this? It was so weird. Like, all my people were like different stats, and I was like, I don't understand. But once I figured out what was going on, it was pretty neat. So it's always better to do the non-fight challenges because they're, well, a lot safer. Alright, let's go for the hunt. So here we are. We're about to go into what the battle screen is going to look like, guys. This is how the battles are. I would stay away from auto-resolve for a while. Every time I've auto-resolved in the past, I always ended up with wounds, even on easy fights. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case or what, but I like to avoid it, so... Alright, we're going to begin the fight. Alright, on the left-hand side is our actual fighting group. On the right-hand side is our tactical group, or our support group. Right now, our tactical group is actually terrible, so we're going to try our free reshuffle and hope we get better stuff. I think almost anything is going to be better. And I think they need to change this because this happens, I think, every time, or at least half of the time. When I reshuffle, nothing seems to happen. Like right there, this is exactly the same thing we just had. So I will also point out anything that I notice, and I realize, guys, this isn't the full release of the game, so there's just going to be problems and stuff still. Remember, November 20th is when it fully releases, so just be aware of that, guys and gals. And we're going to be breaking off the episode shortly after this battle. So here we go. We're going to hop in and hope for the best. You know, this is going to be a little bit rough. Alright, so it's got 3 defense, 2 offense. And what we can do is we can confuse it if we had a high enough confuse stat. See how it says confuse 3 there? I'm trying to see. It's not going to pop up for me. That's okay. Anyhow, confuse 3, we need to have at least a 4 in order to use a support thing on that. Alright, counter offense. Discards a random card from your opponent's offense hand. Discarded cards level must be equal or lesser than the counter offense level. I highly doubt that. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put Matey up there. And we're going to give Matey first action. No, we can't, because Matey is level 5. Oh, oh, that was terrible. Matey has no offense. Matey is just going to soak damage. That's rough. It's alright. We're going to go there, and we're going to hope for the best. Wow, none of them actually have any kind of offensive ability. Alright, well, that's something to think about. I didn't even notice that. So it's really going to be Miskibor. That's kind of a weird name. Miskibor, I guess. Alright, we're going to end the turn. And what happens is, it's always going to be from left to right, is how the combat works in this. So, that being said, the hunting is going to go first. It's going to hit him for 2. Matey can't actually attack, so it's not going to do anything. Then we're going to hit probably this guy for 3, take him out. Then he's going to hit him for 2 again, and then we're going to actually finish that guy off. That's how this should play. We'll see whether or not it actually does or not. We'll move Stepan up to the top. And, I mean, I guess we can support an ally. We can do 1 damage there. I mean, it's not really super useful. And, yeah, there's no... Alright, so let's just end our turn, I guess. There's nothing else we can really play right now, so... That's the play. So here's the phase. We just got hit with whatever. Alright, and down it goes, and we did 1 damage there. Now it's phase fight 2, and he's going to hit us for 2. We have 1 left. We actually do 0 now. Well, we still do 0 with him, I'm sorry. There we go.
Like a pro and caught them unaware. Your loot may not be as plentiful as a straight fight, but you did not risk getting wounds, so your people will not have the danger of dying now.
Okay, so there you go. The trade-off for doing the tactics or the non-straight fight is always that you get slightly less resources. But again, it's always safer. I'm sorry, guys. It's a little hard to follow some of the combat at times. Even I still make mistakes. I forgot my first guy up in line had no attack. So when he got attacked the second time, he did 0 damage back. But our second guy in line actually got the attack. So the combat's always from left to right, and it's all based on initiative. There's going to be certain things, stats, and skills that you get that allow you to put somebody down and then jump him to the front of the line and he'll be able to attack. Or if the enemy comes out, you can confuse the enemy and they will skip the first combat phase and then attack in the second one, assuming they're still alive. Or you can also deploy people in your tactical hands as confused. So say you had somebody who was really, really powerful and you want to put him at the end or whatever the case is, you can still do that by forcing him into the fight, but he won't be able to do anything on the first fight phase. Like I said, there's a lot to this game, guys. There's a lot. Alright, well, we're going to take it and leave. We gained 1 experience. Then we're going to head back up to Theodore's tutorial. We're going to talk to him one last time, and then we're going to break off the episode. I should be back tomorrow. If not, I will be back on Thursday, guaranteed, with the next episode of Thea, the Awakening. So, let's go here first, though.
Theodore welcomes you. Well, hello there. I see you're finding your feet and making
Okay, he's already said that before. Okay, we have the bones.
Wonderful. Well done. And keep your resources. They may come in handy on a rainy day, you know. As you saw, you got both experience points and research points, on top of any material rewards. All of these will help you grow stronger.
Okay. Oh, okay, so we gain experience and research by doing such tasks, and we can get rewards, so what now?
So, you've discovered that some events will let you solve a situation through more than combat. These non-combat challenges are often just as hard, but it means that fighting is not the only way. Remember, wounds from combat challenges can kill your people even after the fight, so choosing a different path is often safer. And having a medic in your party will help decrease the chances of dying as well. Anyway, great job on the boars.
Wounds are pretty nasty in this game, guys. It's really hard to deal with, so yes. Be aware that anything you can do to mitigate wounds coming your way, definitely something you should do. Alright, thanks, but the challenge was still very confusing. Can you run down some basic rules? We'll go with that real quick, just so you guys get a pretty good understanding of what's going on.
Sure. Firstly, you can always ask me for my tips again. Reset the tutorial in the help menu. But just to give you some of the core tips, initiative is randomly rolled at the start of each challenge, so you have no control over this. Your party is split into two hands, tactical and offensive, and again, this is done randomly. Cards attack their closest enemy on either side, and the round begins from left to right of the table. There are various skills and weapon types that give you special tactical and offensive capabilities. These are only a few pointers, so check out the help manual for more detailed information.
That was the other thing. What he means by initiative is randomly rolled. Either you go first or the enemy goes first, and it's a random coin toss, basically. So, you can go 10 battles in a row and it'll always be you, or you can go 10 battles in a row and it'll always be the enemy that gets the first shot. Usually the first shot is the best. That's what you want. You want to be able to place your stuff first to crush the enemy before they have a chance to attack. Now, as they stated down here, there are various skills and weapon types that will give them both special tactical and offensive capabilities, which will be able to change the order and stuff like that. So be aware. Be aware, guys. Like I said, this game, very, very complex, but it's really well done. I'm a massive fan of this. And like I said, I wanted to do this right when I finally got to actually do coverage of it. And I'm a little shaky on certain things, so I do apologize, guys. But I couldn't wait any longer. I wanted to get this out, and, well, it's going to be releasing soon, so what better time than now? Right, thanks, what now?
Practice makes perfect, you know. So now that the boars are done for, let's practice one more challenge type. Social encounters. I spotted a fellow demon called Roguelike, and I want you to convince him to give you some gold. When you have it, bring it back here.
Okay, go and talk to Roguelike and get him to give us some gold for you. Got it. Alright, 1 experience. Where is Oh, he's right there outside our base, which means it's going to take us 100 years to get there because it hates us. It's fine. Alright, well, we can't move yet. We're actually out of movement. That's kind of weird. Alright, we're going to end our turn. We're going to move down there, guys. Right before we get to them, we'll break off the episode. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this first look. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of the game. There's a lot to it. I'm looking forward to it being fully released, too, because I'd like to see what the completely finished, fully polished game is going to look like. I haven't run into a lot of errors or things, but there's been a few that have been somewhat questionable. And like I said, I would like to see an overview map, but I don't think that's a thing that's even existing. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just a key command I've never used. Not sure. I can't recall seeing a map. Maybe it's in the tooltips. Also, by the way, folks, I should probably have gone to settings and there's supposed to be a reset. I don't see it, guys. I'm sorry. I was hoping there was going to be a reset the tooltips thing, but you know what? I think it's actually down here. Reset tutorials. This will give us more of the pop-ups, so I'm going to actually reset those. You may need to exit the screen and enter again for a tutorial to appear. That's totally fine. Alright, we're going to resume. We'll continue from this point in our very next episode, guys. It may be tomorrow, it may be Thursday, but either way, it will definitely continue. You guys will be able to we'll get through the tutorial, at least most of it anyway, by the time the game releases. So when you guys get the game, you're going to be like, yeah, I can jump right in, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So, the game, once again, is Thea, The Awakening. It is by Muha Games. It's a lot of fun, guys. I'll have all the information down below, where to get the game, information about the game, the developer, all that wonderful fun stuff will be down below in the description of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. And I will see you guys again tomorrow or the next day with more Thea the Awakening. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.